tunes from yesteryear. Hold up. We're coming on here. Hold up. Alright. Sweet. You guys. Let's go ahead and make this just a little bit less. Yes. Well, today we get a decent number, you guys. Ultimately, I'm gonna make a few more adjustments and then say hi to everybody. I always want to thank you so much for coming on in here. Alright. Gerudo Valley Zelda, ladies and gentlemen. So, can maybe somebody let me know what the audio is like? If you tend to know my preferences, I like, of course, the vocals to be way out front, but I don't want the music to be unhearable. So for a special shout out today, before we start anything, just want to talk about Absent Mind Matt and his son. A very happy birthday to his son. Amazing. Everything that I hear about this little dude, this amazing little dude, is so great, and he loves Pokemon, you guys. Been getting Pokemon cards. He's been doing everything for his birthday that, hey, even I wish I could do. Right now they're at Build-A-Bear, says Absent Mind Matt. Says, still at BAB, but we are here. And I really appreciate that, man. It's his son's birthday, and he's here to even say hi about that, so I am cool with that. But yes, we're going to be handing out nice things to say about people today. And in that kind of regime, that note, I should say something nice about Absent Mind Matt. In a short amount of time, my brother, we gotten to know each other. It was kind of like very obvious. There's always an obvious thing in my mind of who would make a good mod. And I can't always act on it, you know, because sometimes it's like we have too many mods, maybe we don't have enough, but we're just kind of waiting for the right time, etc., etc. There's a few things that go into it. I know that doesn't make sense. I'm speaking in generality. So Absent Mind Matt was just kind of immediate, right? Like, I was just like, all right, this is like perfect contender for modship. Sorry, everybody, I'm just checking on there. Whenever I start a stream, there's a lot to do. But yeah, so it was, again, very obvious. And one of those qualities is just simply being nice. So, like, I really want my mods to be nice people and great people. And so sometimes, every time, my mods say something like, how do you do this, Doc? Like, Dr. Kendo, you always get these people who are like-minded and great together, you know, like these amazing groups together. And that's the key, in my opinion, is like having that sort of knack to tell who's nice and caring. And that's what we want to try to do, is help other people and kindness, essentially. So anybody that kind of represents those values, and Absent Mind Matt clearly does, and he loves his son, man, and, you know, by extension, I mean, we love his son. So happy birthday to Absent Mind Matt's son, and thank you for being here. And ladies and gentlemen, we also have Jojo Ninja saying hi. Before I keep going, I just want to get the raid boss stuff handled here. So you can see that there is a smear goal on screen for us all the way over. It's that way. Over there. Okay, yeah, it's that way. So we're going to be hitting up a smear goal as our raid boss today. And it's got 16 HP. The reason for this is mostly out of a Pokemon Go Smeargle. I don't know that Smeargle acts this way in the competitive, but in Pokemon Go, it's actually kind of insane. Sometimes Smeargle can be crazy. So we didn't set it as like an only tier 1 or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and count these boosters for you guys. I think that we have 11 right here, and there's going to be a caveat. So let me just make sure that my math is right, because I'm not great at math. And I'm going to say hi to the rest of y'all. I see you coming in here. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, you can see that there's a clear mix, Crown Zenith and all this stuff, Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Evolving Skies, etc., etc. So we got the Mimikyu box once again in here, and this is something I don't normally do, but I'm going to go ahead and hand this code to anybody. If you guys know Back to Zero, maybe get this to him, or if you play the Pokemon trading card game live, why not? Capitalize on it. Take a screenshot. Somebody take a screenshot for your friend or whoever. Just maybe I'll leave it here for a second while I talk to everybody else who's coming on in here. But yeah, if you're not familiar, the Raid Boss Challenge is we use these numbers down here in the bottom right. You can see me moving the size of them. to go ahead and beat that 16 HP that this raid boss has, which today is Smeargle, you guys. And I think we can do it, but it'll be a little bit tough. And so my caveat is this. If we can pick a wild card, which we do every raid boss, that's a card out of the boosters that does 2 times the damage, so the scale. Let's say it's a 2 damage ultra rare, right? You guys, let's say it's that card. Well, in this respect, it would be 4 damage, right? If it's our wild card, because you're just multiplying whatever it is by 2. So if we get our wild card today, I'm going to allow us to open 2 special boosters for the raid boss. We're going to open these anyway at the end, but we can add these on to the raid boss if we pull our wild card. So it's important to pull that wild today, you guys. Wouldn't we love it? So if you know what comes in these cards right here, please recommend something that, you know, we have a likelihood of pulling. And if you don't know what comes in the cards, I can give you, how about I give you Fusion Strike card list, because we're pulling some of those, and then maybe also the Crown Zenith. We can do that. So you guys can look those over while I say nice things in the chat. Fusion Strike list, boom. And then let's go ahead and get you the Crown Zenith. And so some of you guys already know these things, and that's awesome. So you can help us if you already know. Crown Zenith full list. So what you're trying to do is just pick a Pokemon that's in there, and maybe a good strategy is to go with something that is represented a lot. Like there's multiple Kyogres, multiple Zeraora, multiple Charizard, you know, stuff like that. So you can think on it while I go ahead and talk to the rest of the chat. And I'm sorry, we'll get moving after that. Jojo Ninja, I think I said hi, but just in case. What's going on, Jojo Ninja? Shambler, what's going on, my brother? We love the Sham wow, I always say. And then Sailor Moon, thank you so much for being here. Sailor, you liven up the place. You know what I mean? You liven up the place. So whenever you come on in here, I appreciate it. All right, so hopefully Back to Zero comes as well. I know that he can advise us on a lot of the cards too, but if not, feel free to start thinking about what we should have for a wild card. I see nobody giving any options, so you may still be looking over the list, or you're just like, nah, I'm not going to help Dr. Kendo, and it's going to be embarrassing, and then I'll have to pick one, okay? We don't want me to have to pick one, right? So we're going to go ahead and start our first pack, and then we want to have a wild card picked after that. So this is a Lost Origin right here. Sailor Moon said, of course, Kendo. So we're passing out nice things to say about people. We started with Absent Mind Matt and a happy birthday to his son. So what else, you guys? Of course, nice things to say about people. Well, next up in our chat, I saw Shambler saying, Dr. Kendo. Shambler knows this. I've told him this, but I kind of aspire to be like Shambler. Shambler's just a little bit older than me, and to me, wise beyond words, wise beyond years, and I'm already seeing a dope border, you guys. Look at that. We get a little peek at something probably full art ultra rare, so let's do this, you guys. This should be nice for our first pulls right here. I'm gonna move a little bit slowly so I can say nice things while I'm doing this, then we'll go faster, okay? So Shambler says, haha, you're too kind. Well, I also gravitate towards people who have a special interest in a lot of the things I do, which is great. Shambler's been great for that, but he's been very selfless, so he's been very giving, and that's something else that I really, you know, I gravitate to that and kindness more than anything. And so thank you for embodying those qualities, and like I said, I want to be like you in a lot of respects. Back to Zero says, boo! Back to Zero, we need a wild card. I don't know if you heard the speech, but I'm also handing out nice things to say about people today. Boom! It looks like it's going to be Cure MV. I actually have one of these cards, but not 2, ladies and gentlemen. Always nice to have 2, man, because then if I ever do decide to one day and I get some money... What is that? If I get some money to do it, I might actually get some cards graded, because I so would love to have a slab on display behind me somewhere, you know? So I'd like to display like some of my best graded cards, and it may not be a Kyurem, I'm going to be honest, but, you know, I grade things like my old base set or something just to solidify them. I want them to be protected. I want to see what their grade is. I'm kind of interested in that. But again, it's a little bit expensive of a process, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. But yeah. So just to kind of end off there on what I was saying about Shambler is just that I really appreciate, your support. I feel like you gave me support early on as just like a viewer, of course, but also getting involved in what I was trying to do community-wise. So Sailor Moon was saying, I'm going to say either Love Disc, and then she was like, hey, Zero, so she got distracted. But back to Zero, we are doing a lot of different, card packs and whatnot. I don't know if you got the link, but I put the Fusion Strike full list and the Crown Zenith full list just in case, because I figured, hey, we're going to open a lot of those. But there's also a Brilliant Stars, Silver Tempest, so if you know any of the cards in there, maybe you can help advise people. There's 2 Evolving Skies, 2 Crown Zenith. Looks like 3 Brilliant Stars, actually, so maybe a Brilliant Stars list would be nice. Stereo Radio says, howdy, folks. How's it going today? Thank you so much for being here. Let me go ahead and why not also get Brilliant Stars full card list. This can help you guys, hopefully, to help me in picking a wild card. Brilliant Stars. Boom. So that's the full card list for those, and then up above, if you can see the chat history, I don't know how many of you guys can see it, we do have the Fusion Strike and the Crown Zenith. Alright, those full lists. So, just to kind of end off, though, what I was saying about Sham is that, I appreciate that so much. You kind of dove in feet first, head first, to help us and whatnot. Back to Zero said, Hisui and Samurott, maybe? I think we've done that before. And Lisa's up in here saying, woo, I'm getting my drugs now. You mean drud again? No, I'm just kidding. She means actual drugs. She's going under, you guys. So Lisa, will say a nice thing about her before she goes under, is that Lisa has been so dedicated. Lisa will, drop everything to come say hi, to come help me out. And, you don't always have to, ask her about that. That's such a kindness. That's such a quality that absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. I really appreciate that because it's been, a rough last few years, especially for me personally, but hey, for most of life, right? We're going to open up a Brilliant Stars, and in the middle of this, we want to pick a wild card. So what do you guys think? Hisui and Samurott, or maybe a Love Disc? Hisui and Samurott would be slightly more of the gamble, meaning that it would potentially get us a full art times 2. It's just going to be a rarer card than, say, a Love Disc, which will be a more common, but it's pretty much going to be a 1 damage times 2, which would make it 2. So it's kind of, do you want that safe, smaller risk return sort of thing? So what do you guys think? Stereo Radio says, I've never been here for the wild card discussion. What's that all about? Every single raid boss battle with these cards, we get to pick a wild card which multiplies the amount by 2. And so that's what we're discussing. And today, if we get our wild card at all, we get to add in these 2 packs. Now, I'm going to open these regardless at the end, but we get to add them if we need them for damage, which they're likely going to be a +1 each, but they could potentially go more. So, yeah. That's why it's imperative for us to hit our wild card today if we can. And so if we haven't decided it by the end of this, I'm going to flip a coin for Hisuian, Samurott, or Love Disc. Alright? So you guys feel free to collaborate on that if you would like to. But yeah, Lisa, just thank you so much for, you know how to make somebody feel like people care about them. And that is something that, to me, it's a special quality in people because it's not everybody does that, right? Everybody's kind of more selfish, right, in this life, and that's okay. There's something to be said about that. Empoleon, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm handing out nice things to say about people that I know at least decently well. I don't want to have some kind of half-ass, you show up to my streams or something, statement. So I just kind of want to know you a little bit. So if I've known you for a while, I'm handing out nice things to say. So yeah, Lisa, thank you so much for that just dedication, kind of always being in my corner. It's sometimes I do really feel like I need someone to fight for me and whatnot, and you're there to fight for me. And so I'll tell you, it doesn't always feel like a lot, I often feel alone, I guess is what I'm saying. And so you make me not feel alone. So I really do appreciate that. It's really heartwarming. So yeah. Did we not remove the HP for the last pull? You're right, we did not, and that would actually make it the Kyurem, which is that full art or ultra rare? That is the question again. Because we've been counting these as full art, but this was my question, was the V, I think, is just 2 damage now, right? Yeah, Back to Zero said that Kyurem was 2 damage. You're right, and thank you, because I actually went back and saw an old stream where we didn't count damage on one of the moves, and we would have won. We would have won the raid boss if we counted it, but I didn't even count it. So, yeah, I think that's going to be 14, and then we just got 1, which makes it 13 for the Empoleon. And so, ladies and gentlemen, next up is Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon livens up the place, you guys. I already said that. There's Fusion Strike, my friends. And so, I'm not kidding, man. There was an old quote from somebody who is no longer in the Patreon. She ended up not being able to do it anymore. But Sailor Moon was also in the Patreon at the time, and she was saying, "Where's Sailor Moon? I love her and her threats." It was so funny because Sailor Moon's always threatening Niantic. You know, she's like, I got my tanks pointed at Niantic. So Sailor Moon will make you laugh. She can be tough if she needs to. She can be super sensitive if she needs to. That's incredible because I have not mastered the ability to be tough and sensitive. All I am is timid. A ladybug could kick my ass. I am sensitive and perhaps way too sensitive. Ted Detective's up in here, and Toxic. What's going on, you guys? I'm handing out nice things to say about people, so that's why I'm saying nice things right now about Sailor Moon. Ori, ooh, look at that, you guys. That is a cool card. Unfortunately, not hollow, of course, but that is incredible. I love that. Man, solid. And so Sailor Moon and I actually, we have certain things in common that you wouldn't imagine. We can't really get into a whole lot of specifics, but like some of it is that Sailor Moon and I have been through similar struggles, let's say in terms of like finances and life situation in the past, like our past lives and stuff like that, but also in how people understand us, you know, if we're not trying to be rude or anything, yet they react like we were rude, you know, that sort of thing has happened before. And so I really identify with Sailor Moon there too. Sailor Moon has also been instrumental in helping with some of the charitable endeavors and stuff. The charitable endeavors of the stream, this channel, the Pokemon Go channel, they were massive, you guys, when I had a bigger audience and stuff like that. And to help people like that has always been my dream. And so Sailor Moon really did help me accomplish something that was a dream of mine. We'll call it a mini dream because I have kind of a lot of dreams. Dream big, dream many, I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but anyway, Sailor Moon was absolutely key to that. She helped me plan them. She also gave tremendously to each one of them. And so, you know, Sailor Moon saying, you guys are going to make me cry. You're going to make me cry, you know, because, oh God, I didn't count that was 1 damage. Sorry, everybody. And we're going to go with the oh my gosh, I cannot speak. The coin flip. So heads will be Love Disc, tails will be Hisuian Samurott. It's going to be a weird flip, and y'all couldn't see it, but it did land on the heads. So we're going with the safe pick, which is Love Disc. So far, I don't think we pulled one, but that means that we could get a nice 2 damage if we pull a Love Disc card up in here. Love Disc does scan across a few of these packs, probably, like more than 1, but I don't know how many, so let's hope, let's hope if we need it, it could come out in a pinch for us. And if we do pull the Love Disc, we get to use the celebrations and Halloween as well. Look at that, Kyurem today. If we would have said Kyurem, we would have been the bomb B, right? That is bad A, you guys. Look at that. Holy. That Pinsir is fresh, man. I've never seen Pinsir. See, Pinsir's got muscles like me. Look at those little, like, punji sticks for arms that he's got. But that Pinsir looks actually tough. You know what I'm saying? He didn't skip leg day, though. And clearly I skipped leg day, even though I tried. But yeah, there's Kyurem, man. That is a fresh Kyurem. That reverse. So again, just a 1 damage here. Let's go ahead and take that down. But yeah, Ted was talking about good things in the past. I remember the first time I came across your stream and we chatted for a bit or two. Ted always loved to hear about that, man. Because I've met so many people who come and go. And believe me, there's a huge portion of them that go. That's the sad thing about content creation. You can get such a deep connection with somebody, and then they're just kind of gone over time. You know what I mean? And a lot of them say, I'm never going to leave. I'm always going to watch this channel. I'm always going to be in this community and stuff. And I'm always like, I can't hear this again. It's made me jaded and stuff. I don't want to be like that. It's just made me jaded. But yeah, this code is for anybody, by the way. Obviously I'm leaving it face up for anybody to get some of this new Mimikyu EX goodness. So yeah, Sailor Moon, thank you so much for being instrumental to so many life moments. Massive moments over the last, the first 2 years, we should say, of the Pokemon Go's channel. Pokemon Go channel's, sort of coming into, let's say. Because it started in very late 2019 for real content. By that, I just mean consistent content about Pokemon Go. Before then, there was nothing consistent. There was just, maybe a video or two here and there. But, yeah, it really started in, November 2019. Really hit big in 2020, though. Holy ass, you guys. Yes! Hell yes! Ladies and gentlemen, I have been wanting a Radiant Charizard, and I never get it. I don't ever get this, you guys. I don't ever get the Radiant Charizard, and now I finally have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, is that worthy of a song? I think it might be worthy of this. I'm sorry, I gotta break it up. That is awesome, you guys. I am so happy about the Radiant Charizard. So here we go. We're going to say hi to the rest of y'all in 1 second. But check this out. Radiant Charizard. How about, let's do this one. I just listened to Kiss yesterday. Check it out. Here we go. I want a Pokemon to shine. And maybe have good IVs. I want a Pokemon to shine. Oh my god. And maybe have good IVs. I want a Pokemon to shine. And maybe have good IVs. I want a Pokemon to shine. And maybe have good IVs. Let's do it. I want a Pokemon to shine. And maybe have good IVs. Oh, it's so beautiful. I want a Pokemon to shine. And maybe have good IVs. Oh yeah. Want a Pokemon to shine. Oh, wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I want a Pokemon to shine. And it was Charizard today, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you so much to ZDDH, who's saying something that, well, is honestly the quickest way to my heart. And I am handing out nice things to say about people that I know. Unfortunately, ZDDH, I don't know if I know you super well, but you are saying the nicest thing ever to me. So that is something nice I'm going to tell you right now. Because you guys know, the fastest way to my heart is through my voice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing, dude. I love this. Holy. So awesome. Thank you, guys. I wanted a Radiant Charizard for the life of me. I could never get it. But now we do, you guys. It is so good. So let me go back up. ZDDH, you guys. It's the ZDDH. Subscribing, and I really appreciate that, man. It helps out so much too, you guys. I struggle with so many things, and one of them is financials always. And so thank you so much. That kind of stuff helps me pay for when we do the raid streams, which ZDDH said, first time seeing you now was one time here where you invited us to Pogo raids, and he's like, your voice is so good. And so I really do appreciate that. Again, that's the fastest way to get to my heart. But yeah, he said you could be a voice actor. And I am. I actually have a YouTube channel. It's now 196,000 subscribers, but I used to do skits where I'd voice act characters on there. Before I made that channel, I actually did a number of YouTube productions. You got to think about the old days of YouTube. It was a big deal to hit, let's say, 100,000 views, 200,000 views or something. By the way, this is an ultra rare right there, so that's going to be 2 on our scale here for damage of the raid boss. Blammo, you guys. We're doing this thing today. But, yeah. And so I was voicing in a World of Warcraft machinima that did end up hitting about 200,000 views from when I remember it. I'm sure nowadays it's at like 400,000 or so, just because it's been like over a decade at this point. But I think it uploaded in like 2011. And so I was Garrosh Hellscream, from World of Warcraft, Warcraft lore and stuff. And so you got to think about the orcs, they have those like crazy voices. And so that's what I was. I was doing a deep ass voice, and then I did a lot of the grunts that were just like, grunt number 2. This guy A, that guy B. I love incidental roles, and so did those. Also, you guys, Wing Commander. Did you guys ever know Wing Commander, that game? There was a mod that I got to voice in, and the person never reached back out to me to like tell me how I could find it. So it's just out there. But yeah, I did that. So I know we need to get to the rest of the cards, but you guys are saying so many nice things. Sailor Moon was like, yes, Kendo, man, you welcomed me to your community with open arms when I joined Pokemon Go, and man, you are truly a blessing in disguise. I will always remain loyal to you. I mean, that's really nice of you, but to me, it's about us. It's not loyal to one person. It's like, double kindness, right? Back to Zero was saying, PogChamp Ted was like, congratulations, thank you. Lisa said, damn, that is hella awesome. Sailor Moon saying, wow, that Charizard is a beauty, thank you. Sailor Moon was like, we have many, many, many more memories to come, and remember, you still invited to my wedding with Arlo. I will not fucking go to a wedding with Arlo, but if it has you in it, I guess I have to. Damn it, Sailor Moon, why do you do this to me? And I was gonna offer to officiate your wedding, but if it involves Arlo, I don't know that I can endorse that. See, guys, we got a Lost Origin coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much, ZDDH, who said, take this. Again, with that subscribe, those things help more than you guys know. Yes, we are on YouTube and Twitch, pretty much always if I'm doing the Pogo raids or doing this. And so it's just the same name on both, Dr. Kendo, DRKENDO. See, guys, it looks like we got the V-Star marker up in here. Sometimes that means good for a raid boss battle, man, because you might get a full art, you might get something epic out of this that can help you. Check this out, you guys. That's my ex-wife right there. She's all like, you thought you could leave me? With her crazy hair. So that's her sending her guards out to come get me. Absent my massive machinima. Damn, I'm old as hell. Hey, machinima, whether you remember it or not. By the way, we can see the border peeking out, so I think we got something good in store, okay? I think we got something good in store, you guys. So, did we count the Charizard for damage? Sailor, back to 0. Were we at 9? Did I count that? Boy, I sure hope so. Stereo Radio, though, said, man, voice acting is and has been a dream of mine for so long. Mad respect. Machinima getting mentioned in 2023, taking me back, man. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I knew a life before Machinima and all of that, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys did too, but that was where I could use my voice acting. Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, isn't that a fresh card, man? I've never really seen his face looking like that, but yeah, brother and sister, look at that thing right there. Very cool looking card. It will count for 2 right here on the damage. It's ultra rare, but damn, that is awesome. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? But all right, that's going to put us down to 7. But yeah, I'm always looking for how can we, do the voice acting thing and take it further. Before all of that, I was on a website. Rest in peace, okay, when I say this, but the website was the voiceactingalliance.com. If you try to go to it, it ain't going to bring up anything, sadly. But I was like the talk of the town on voiceactingalliance.com. The years 2010 to 2011, I think it died in like 2013, 14, somewhere around there. Could have been later, but anyway. Yeah, I used to do projects for everybody. There was only one paid one, but everything was sort of like that World of Warcraft, a machinima type. Yeah, that's a cool card, man. I'm loving that, son. So hopefully we've got the damage correct. And let's see if we're going to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to need to somehow at least get 2 damage out of these. Or if we... Oh, Sailor Moon said we did not count it. We didn't count the Charizard? Are you positive? We got to be, absolutely positive. I don't want to be cheating our way up here. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs so far, basically. But Sailor Moon saying we did not count that Charizard when we were celebrating. Okay, Ted said we did count the Charizard. See, this is that's what I'm afraid of, right? Is us misdoing it. Can someone just be Kendo's wrangler today? I know it's a lot to expect of you. You should just have a sweet viewing session and not have to wrangle me, but I need to make sure I'm counting the damage. So, okay, thank you, Ted. Ted also had a question for the mods, but this goes to everybody, really, is what's your top 3 favorite Pokemon? And if I was going to answer that, it'd be Charmander, and then it gets a little bit messy when you start getting to 2 and 3, because I'm like, wait, I like Scorbunny, Onyx, Tauros, Butterfree, Flareon, so like, where do they go? Corviknight. Probably put Corviknight at like number 2 or 3. Radiant Jirachi, are you joking me, dude? I don't have this one either, and that's one that I wanted to pull. Look at this issue, guys. Hell yes. Radiant Jirachi, yes. Oh my god. Dude, I am happy with today's pulls, you guys. I love anything Radiant, basically. I'm a fan because it's shiny Pokemon, but they also are just dope cards. Look at how they shine like that. Like, look at how it's like that X shape. Isn't that cool to do in the light? Man, I love Radiant Jirachi. You want another song? I mean, we could, since it's shiny Pokemon, right? I know it disrupts the flow a little bit. That's why I'm a little scared to play them. But here, let's do this one. All right, you guys. Here we go. Let's get the songs a-rolling for you guys. We even got a little bit of the Espanol. Get some flavor up in here. Mami brillante, esto no acompañante. Quiero atraparlo después de larga casa. Esta brillante casa es muy constante. Y si no lo atrapo, suena broma. I'm so happy, guys. Here, we'll just do one verse. Normally we do, or one chorus. Normally we do a lot of these, but I will fade it out right there just to not disrupt our flow, because I disrupt the flow a lot with my tangenting here in these cards. But hell yes, Radiant Jirachi. I'm so happy about that. Did I count the damage for that? I don't think so, you guys. But Shambler said gonna lurk and on mute since I'm at the art center. Well, that's fun, man. We love the art center. But all right. I don't think we counted that damage, you guys. That would be a number 2. There we go. I think that's all we needed to win. So I think we are going to win even without pulling that love disc goodness, you guys. ZDDH saying best Pokemon is shiny Mega Gengar. And he's using the Gengar emote. I love that, man. You're right. Shiny Mega Gengar. Because they take normally a poopy shiny, which is Gengar's. It doesn't look good. It's just a lighter shade of Gengar. And then they make it so epic because Mega Gengar is already fresh looking. By the way, this is our Evolving Skies right here. A lot of people been desiring Evolving Skies lately. But yes, everybody put your top 3, you guys. Top 3 favorite Pokemon. Sailor Moon saying Jirachi is a beauty. And so, I think Back to Zero's heard it before, but you're not going to escape nice things. I love Back to Zero. I love Back to Zero with as much heart as I can give somebody that I've never met in real life. And Back to Zero's been here since I think you were like 2014 days. That was, of course, in Dr. Kendo Commentaries over there on the 196K channel. But, yeah, Back to Zero was somebody else that fought for me. Again, when it felt like no one was fighting for me and whatnot, Gourgeist. Are you kidding me? That's what we're going to pull out of Evolving Skies. We need dopeness, okay? But nah, it's going to be 1 damage right here. And so, if there was ever kind of like an ear that I needed somebody, if I wanted like somebody who I knew would listen to me and basically just kind of not judge, anything I was going to say, if I just had some feelings I didn't like about myself, something I didn't like about myself, I might ask Back to Zero, but I also have asked Back to Zero on a lot of just, checking in tough times of my channel when it was like about 2019 or so, maybe later 2019, I would start reaching out to Back to Zero and say, like, what do you think about this thumbnail? What do you think about this video? And I'd show him an unlisted link before it went out to everybody. And that kindness that you extended to me just to, like, listen and care at all about what I'm doing, like, I was just, I was another person. I'm not you. Like, like I said, most people are, like, kind of selfish. They want to talk about their own problems and talk about themselves and stuff. That's at least what I find. I don't mean to be mean. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of people like to talk about themselves. I'm guilty of it. You know what I mean? So the fact that you would let me, it means a lot. Like, you were there for me in a huge way that, like, I cannot fully express with words, I think. I wish I could. I'm trying to. But Back to Zero, nice pics. We need to show them some appreciation. Yeah, Back to Zero says, Lil getting petted Lil. Says number 1, Hydreigon, probably the second, and for his third would be Maractus. I did not know about your third. By the way, I'm seeing a dope border, you guys. It's peeking out right there. I'm not going to show you, but look at that. At the very end, something dope coming. And this is, I believe, Brilliant Star, so something fresh to be. But the other thing one time was just, I was telling Back to Zero on a stream. We had like 4 people at a stream, and they were, there were some people being rude. They were just like only 4 viewers and stuff like that. And I, just kind of get crazy about that stuff because I'm like, okay, well, just last week I streamed to 400 people, 480, 560, And so, yes, sometimes I can do a stream that has 4 people. And then, like, later on, 9 showed up. You know what I mean? So it's just like, why point out that shit? Like, are you saying that you as a person, one of those 4, is meaningless? You know what I mean? Like, when you say only 4 people, it doesn't sound good, right? And so, yeah. Anyway, I don't think we counted that damage, you guys. Didn't we need to count that jump left reverse? I think we're supposed to be at 3 right now. But anyway, it's also just, you don't need to be worrying about someone else's view count. I personally turn mine off now, unless I'm at the raid stream. I have to know during a raid stream, so the Pokemon Go raid streams, I turn them on. Cynthia's ambition, you guys. Cynthia making the simps everywhere. The synths. That's what Cynthia's simps are. They're called the synths. But yeah, Cynthia's ambition. It's making the simps go wild today. Because, yes, that is a cool card, man. And I believe that counts for full Back to Zero. Is this a full art? Maybe. But yeah, Absinthe Mind Matt said, are we talking top 3 Pokemon? Yeah, that's what we were talking about right now. And Riddle Guy, there are no commands or anything. So if there's something you want to know, feel free to just ask me. Yeah, it's 169 out of 172. What does this count as? That's a full art, right? So that's the full 3, isn't it? You guys can help me there while I sleeve it up. And so, yeah, Back to Zero one time, I just told him, I'm struggling, man. I'm just not doing well mentally at all. And I was seriously about to cry. Like, I was about to lose it on stream. Back to Zero, I thought secret meant that it was a higher number on that 169 over the 172. Either way, we're going to win, but I'm just saying. I don't know what that counts as fully, but I would probably trust Back to Zero before I trust me. But yeah, that is going to be a victory over the Smeargle raid boss. You guys, we have been winning every single raid battle for a while now, and it is good because we were on a losing streak for a while. But that is going to be victory. So, you guys, victory screech. So, yeah. Little. So, there we go, my friends. There we go. So, now that we've won, we can probably shrink this down just a little bit. Can move all this stuff. And open the last pack or 2 that's for this. Then we got a Celebrations and Halloween to open, so we got stuff to do. But hell yeah, you guys, just before 2 packs left, we done pulled that too. Yeah, Back to Zero said, oh damn, you're right. Yeah, I think it's full. Absinthe Mind Matt said, I'm an old man, so Scyther, Nidoking, Rayquaza. Hey, I'm old too, and I wouldn't have even considered Rayquaza. Old for me is, just the Gen 1ers. And I love Gen 1. We got a Crown Zenith coming up next, you guys. Ted said, nice. Matt, those are awesome Pokemon. And, yeah, I agree. You gotta love Scyther, you guys. Let's see. Let's go for our 4. So yeah, Back to Zero, thanks for almost making me cry on stream. But just Back to Zero saying, like, if you ever, need it, like, my DMs are open. He said something to that effect. He's like, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. And that, like, completely broke me. I was broken on that stream for, like, 30 minutes. We were playing Ratchet and Clank. I will not forget. I've probably just revealed what the final card was because I just noticed they were hanging out there for you guys to see. So let's go a little bit faster on this one. But yeah. There's our love disc, by the way. We did pull on that one. So there you go. Ted said, Dr. Kendo, what are your top 3? But yes, it's Tauros. Tauros is in my top 5 for sure, you guys. Because I said it's Charmander number 1. Nothing has ever broken that Charmander is my favorite Pokemon. No matter how many generations in Pokemon they come up with, it's always Charmander. That seems to be my number 1. They've never found something. Corviknight is getting up there. Scorbunny getting up there. But no, they don't break it. And so, you guys, I love Tauros, though. And so I basically said it's Charmander number 1, and then I don't know where number 2, 3, 4, 5 go into in an exact ranking, but put it like Corviknight, Onix, Tauros, Flareon, Butterfree, Scorbunny, all these like kind of fit somewhere in that top 5, top 10. And I don't know how to rank them. How would I ever do that? I love Tauros, you guys. But yeah. What else you guys been saying that I've been missing because there's too much going on? Shambler was lurking, I remember that. Yeah. Well, if I miss something, you guys, please tell me because I shouldn't take too long to read this. Ted said my top 3 are Greninja, Staraptor, and Lucario, which really grew onto me this year. What made you get attached more to Lucario this year as opposed to any other time? This is our last Brilliant Stars right here, and then we have 2 of the small packs, Halloween and Celebrations, you guys. So yeah, what was it about Lucario this year? Lucario, by all means, I think is a lot of people's favorite. Like, I think it's a very popular one. I know Gengar, wasn't that like nationally rated or something for the United States, at least, as like the favorite Pokemon of most people in the United States? I think it was Gengar, if I remember right. Lucario's got to be up there, dude. I bet it's like a top 5 or something. Stereo Radio saying Lucario and the Mystery of Mew really sold me on Lucario. Here we go, Weavile, and then Torn Anus, of course, because it is in Pokemon Go right now. Well, of course we pull that, huh? So you get a Torn Anus, you get a Torn Anus. There we go, you guys. So, not the most exciting on those last hits or whatever, but why not? Let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in the trick or trade. So I missed out on these the first time around, so that's why I'm just opening up a few, seeing what the hits could be. Shambler said, art is so beautiful. I love it. So I don't know if you like count on these. I've been getting so many of the Punkaboo out of these. I'm guessing that there's only like, what, 15 cards or something in these. Zubat, I love that because it's the little crocheted ones. They have like a series of crocheted art of them. And then, boom, it looks like it's going to be Gourgeist or Gourgeist. Never learned how to pronounce the G on that one. But yes, the hollow. Hell yeah, you guys. It's looking good. It's got a little Pikachu pumpkin. Very, very nice. And so this is what I'm excited about. Yesterday we got some major epicness for this one. We pulled Shining Magikarp among some other ones. Ted said, Dr. Kenna, you forgot to read the SpongeBob recommendation for winning speech. Yeah, man, I just said I can't look at all the chats and stuff because it would take too long that I missed, and so I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry that I missed them, you guys. So I just said, go ahead and say it again. These are very bent. I don't know why, but if you could see that, these are bent kind of like that. It's unfortunate, but they just came out the pack that way. I didn't do it. Oh, that is a dope card, man. Look at that. I've never seen that one. So hell yeah, celebrations. Dude, I want more celebrations. I have been loving celebrations, although this is my last pack of celebrations. Right here. I love these, you guys. I love them. Matthew says, I'm sorry, could you tell people about the Pokemon and stuff on Night Cafe? What is Night Cafe, you guys? What is Night Cafe? But alright, you guys, look at that. Flying Pikachu VMAX. Just tried to give a little pressure towards the center, but I don't think it's going to help it be unbent. So it'll be an unbent Flying Pikachu. Let's see what else. Ooh, I think we pulled one of those yesterday. These are dope. You gotta love Groudon, man. You always gotta give it up to Groudon. Matthew Gale says an art posting website. Okay. Yeah, I don't know Night Cafe. I'm sorry. I wish I did. Thank you so much for being here, Matthew. Ted was saying, I'll tell you then. When you win or accomplish a goal, make SpongeBob and Patrick screaming when they were in the jungle stranded with Squidward whenever you pull a great card. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that wouldn't get annoying or whatever. But, so where they're just like, oh, hail the magic conch! Whew. That one is solid as well. Did we pull this yesterday? I don't think so, but something's making this look familiar. But yeah, that is majorly bent. Look at the bend on that one. Man, look at that. Yeah, Sailor Moon said, a victory win. Yes, we have won the Raid Boss Challenge. Unfortunately, our celebrations is way bent, but God, these have awesome cards, man. Look at that. Look at that. And then Cosmo M. These are cool because they have like the series where when it's Cosmog, Cosmo M, and etc. Like Nebby get in the bag or whatever. So it's always with her. It's kind of cute. Lily's always just like, okay, time to suffocate. Back in the bag. Cosmo M. It's a cool card. Bent as hell. You guys, how they gonna do that to me? I love celebrations and it's all bent. It's all bent. So if anybody ever finds celebrations, please send it to my P.O. box. I don't think I'm going to have that P.O. box too much longer, okay? You got to send it to me now, please. Please. And so, you guys, that does it for the Raid Boss Challenge. We did wonderful, wonderful work right here. Lily says, Nebby, get in the bag and holds the gun to it. All right, so, you always know this is coming, right? At the end of this stream, I like to grab something from the mystery bag. The mystery bag of goodness. So what could we do here? Why not? We had a lot of luck with Silver Tempest. And so this is just going to be a random for fun. Silver Tempest to come. You guys, this is just for fun. Before we end off today, everybody, it's been so great today having you here, man. It's the card streams are some of my most favorites to do because I love the Pokemon trading cards, but also, unlike a Pokemon raiding stream where we're doing the Pokemon Go and we're trying to host like 1 million raids a second, I can't really talk to people, right? But these ones, I get to talk to you guys, and I love that. Back to Zero is a blessing. You came in at a great time. Dude, Sailor Moon, Back to Zero has been wonderful. Back to Zero, he was there when Sour and That One Gamer and all these fools were being just absolutely horrible people to a lot of us, but a lot of the community and whatnot. And so Back to Zero definitely helped me pick up some of the pieces there with that situation, and we'll be talking about that on the podcast when that comes to be. But hell yeah, Silver Tempest, you guys. This is just some extra fun for the end. No raid boss battle. No nothing. No pressure on it. Solosis. Look at that. I've never seen this card from Silver Tempest. I've opened a lot of Silver Temp, but I haven't even seen that one. That is such a cool card, man. But yeah, Ted said everything was awesome this day. We got to meet an old friend. We met Sailor Moon. We talked about Pokemon and SpongeBob screaming. Okay, thought I was gonna burp. I'm like turning my head away. I was thinking it was gonna be big. Okay, Kling Clang, and then Del Fox. Kind of small hits, in my opinion. I know I don't mean to be ungrateful ever. It's just I become greedy, I think. When I see a lot of like good hits, then I want them to keep coming, don't I? So yeah, Kling Clang. That's a pretty cool reverse though. I like the reverses that are steel. They got the metal. Oh yeah. Ted said, really, this is the only stream I go to and watch with enthusiasm. Wow, that's a huge honor, man. Because I feel like a idiot sometimes. Just like a complete idiot. Like, I have such a low opinion of myself. I'm like, why would anybody want to watch me? You know? It's just I don't have imposter syndrome. I don't have that. I just have low self-worth, self-esteem, or whatever. I've always had it my whole life and stuff. And I've accomplished huge things on YouTube, so I don't know why I still do that. You know what I mean? Ted is bringing up a very good point. Says, Dr. Kendall, what do you do with all the extra cards? And so far, well, not so far, but up until about 2 weeks ago, I had stacks. They were in my Elite Trainer boxes. They were just all over, and they slightly still are. So they're still slightly on my desk. Yeah, look at this. See that? That's a stack from yesterday. Here's a stack of some extras today. Right there. And it's crazy because very recently I got to get a card house or a card condo. My wife let me, dig into some of our... So I have a separate bank account that's only for... We call it business expenses, but it's really just like the YouTube channel for the most part. And I do run a business outside of all this, so I have like another job that I say outside of YouTube, and it's my own work. Like I don't get to talk about it that much just because I want to keep them as separate as I can. Like I really want those lives to be separate, and they should be. So anything related to a business expense for that too is out of this account. And so me and my wife have our account together, though, as well. So these are two separate banks and stuff. One's a credit union, one's a bank. And so, like, her and I have our money together, but then I just kind of have, like, a business expenses. And so for that, if anybody needs to leave, I appreciate it. We're not doing any more cards, but I can show you old cards and stuff, but I can also show you what I'm talking about. So this is just kind of talk time. So I certainly understand anybody that has to leave, but I really appreciate it if you stick around, because this is the kind of stuff I like to do too, is talk to you guys. But I tend to talk a lot, so I do understand. But yeah, so what I was saying is just that she let me actually dip into, because it was a little bit expensive, some of our funds together, not just like business and YouTube expense account, because I couldn't afford it. But this thing costs about like $60, and so just to drop like a cool 60 is not easy for me. I don't have money, you guys. And so, yeah, JoJo said, don't break the audio again. I have to be really careful. That sucked ass yesterday, you guys. I am sad about that. But, yeah, so I dipped into that and got myself a card house or a card condo. I can show you here. We'll take this off. This is my phone, but it is mirroring. So look at that. You're seeing one of the boxes missing because that's the psychic right there. And it's just right over here. So each one of these boxes right there holds 800 cards. And so I have been organizing all of my bulk commons and uncommons and putting them in there. And I actually love this kind of work. I have been logging those in my price charting. So, price charting, some of you guys know the website. I wish I had logged them into TCG Player. Okay, is it not going to show y'all that really? Wow, okay, it'll show me it horizontal. So, I usually don't use this site horizontal like that. But, yeah, this is cool because it has my entire collection and stuff. I've logged it all in here. It's cutting off some of the screen. But, yeah. So, I log every single card that I have. I'm just, right now, I don't have them all up to date or whatever. But, yeah, I'm in the process of it. Here, you can see, we'll sort by high to low price, and you guys can see that if you want to. But, don't pay much attention to the energies, of course, because that's like having a shite ton of them, and they also overinflate it because some of those people that this website takes a listing from eBay, essentially. So it's everybody's listings on eBay, and it aggregates that and averages out the price for what it's sold for. So you got to think someone could list the Brilliant Stars Lightning Energy, but the hollow version, or a pack that's like 50, 80, 100, 1,000, and like it aggregates that whole price. And so because I have 45 of them, and then, you know, it's going to say that it's $265. It's not worth $265, okay? So just get that. Now, the Chansey, when it's something like that, like an individual Chansey, that's Chansey First Edition Shadowless, I think, base set, $189, that's probably about right, you know? And again, it's an aggregation of all the eBay listings, you could call it. So here, like you could see some people listed theirs for 51, but then there's another one for 125, then 265, 265. So it's averaging out all of those, right? So that's where you get the totals from price charting. It's effective, but it's not like the end all be all or whatever. So yeah, I've been trying to log my sets and stuff in here. But yeah, there's a lot to do, man. So Sailor Moon said this was amazing. Jojo Ninja said I need one of those. Even the camera simps for Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia's great. We love the Cynthia, don't we? But yeah, there she is, looking all confident and shit. Let's see. So I was actually gonna show y'all yesterday something, and now I could probably do it. But to not break the audio, we're going to do this. I'm going to take off the headphones. Oy. Okay. So it's going to look a little bit messed up just because Absinthe My Matt says, this was an awesome stream. You guys, it was awesome because of y'all. Okay. It was dope fresh, so I'm turning the music down even more. I know you could barely hear it. Maybe it's going to be there. But anyway, oh man, you're opening the other Crown Zenith? I didn't know you got two of them. I guess did I pay enough attention here? I don't think I paid enough attention, did I? But here, I'm going to show you guys some base set hits, some jungle and stuff that is fresh. Oi. So yeah, it's going to be a little shaky because my hands are shaky and there's a lot to look at. We saw some of these yesterday, so maybe not those, but this was about where the audio was cut off, so it looks like I'm still on. I could see the audio. Ted Tective says, low or anything, it's hard to come across someone like you in these times, and you're the only one who bonds with this community. Really? Damn. Well, you're saying very nice things about me. I very much feel like I'm like not special in any way, like other people do what I do and stuff. I don't know. Like I always have a very low opinion of myself, so thank you. That's really, really kind. I will address that stuff more. But yeah, look at this. You guys are leaving good comments, okay? I just want to show you my cards first. Look at that Magneton Shadowless, dude. It's in amazing condition, too. Just a slight bend. And so, no, I didn't forget, Ted. I just haven't gotten to it yet, man. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to show you guys things and trying to talk to y'all. Trying to stave off depression while I do it. So yeah, it looks like I mixed some of the Pokemon Go set when I first opened them in here because I had some blank spots in this binder. But like, I mean, look at that. That's the Meowth promo from the Game Boy. Like, that is fresh. Like, that's something I would want to get graded, you know? I'm actually not as much a fan of the Japanese cards. Like, I can't read Japanese. I wish I could. I feel like I'd be more of a fan if I could. I want to be able to read them. So yeah, I've got a lot of the Pogo stuff in here, but I think I have some more base set. Yeah, like here's first edition Charmeleon. Doesn't seem crazy, does it? But that's actually like probably worth a lot. It's a first edition Shadowless and Charmeleon base set. It's not Celebrations. It's not the second print. It's the first print ever. Yeah, so yeah. What's going on, Fatal? Niraxu says, fills the put ninbude. Sure. I agree. Yeah, man. Like, we got these jungle. Like, check all that out, man. JoJo said, so shiny. See, I mean, there's a ton of them. Some of these are common. Some of these are a little bit more like the rare. That's so dope. This Scyther first edition. You kidding me? Pinsir first ed. Victory Bell first ed. Got Gyarados, Mewtwo. Look at this Rocket Squirtle right there. First edition. See, don't I need to get some of these graded, I feel like? There's that first edition Chansey Shadowless, you guys. Look at that, man. And I'm going to read y'all's comments, so don't worry. We're going to get to that. Just wanted to finish up here showing you all of the goodness. That cool Clefairy card. That Alakazam has seen some things, man. It is not in good condition. See that scratch right on the top of it, man? It was heavily played. It was so heavily played. Wow, I didn't know where these were, so I'm glad I looked back here. I was wondering where this Rayquaza was. You guys would have seen that on a stream if you were there. But it was like the first time I opened that set, and I got a Rayquaza out of it, man. That is so fresh. That Mew, man, that is sick. Some of these are the McDonald's cards, so like the Pikachu, the Victini, Gossifleur, Smeargle. If you looked at monetary value, I think those are actually like kind of worth something in comparison to their non-McDonald's like counterparts or whatever. So, I'm now going to read the comments. Finally. Y'all been saying some very nice things. So I want to get to it. Okay. Maybe we'll put the phone back on the holster so that I don't have to worry about that. Oh my gosh. I hate these things. I hate these things because I have weak joints. My joints have a lot of pain. There it goes. It's in. Oh my god, it's in. Okay. So let's go ahead and read what y'all are saying while we do that right there. You guys can watch Cynthia. How about that? Okay. So, I want to thank you again so much for being here. Let's go ahead and put the chat on screen and then we'll read what y'all are saying in it. So, let's see. Kong Erling, so sorry for not speaking earlier. We were looking at a bunch of my old cards. We just finished all of our polls today. Ted was saying, I'll summarize what I said before. Dr. Kendo, you're perfect. You're a great person. You're kind, friendly, a great father, a great content creator. You're awesome and everything. Don't think of yourself as low or anything. It's hard to come across someone like you in these times, and you're the only one who bonds with his community. And that, to me, it like almost doesn't feel real, because like I'm like, wait, is somebody saying that about me? Like, that's how tough it is. And so you guys are a part of my journey, but I need therapy, and I just restarted it. Like, I just got back into therapy. I was in EMDR from July 2021 until about, I guess, December 2022-ish. It was like around then, November. And I stopped that because the company they kept charging me more than my rate by mistake. Like, I had a rate agreed upon with them. It was a scaled back rate because I didn't have any health insurance. So like I was paying out the ass for therapy, and I finally stopped making the excuse. I always had an excuse. Therapy's going to take too much time or too much money. I can't do it. And so they kept charging me more. This didn't happen when I first started with them. I was going like 6-7 months, no problems or whatever. And the front desk, the billing department, after that, it was like the last half, they kept charging me, and I'd have to talk to them and be like, hey, this is like really, it's hurting me, when you like overcharge me 20-30 more bucks. That doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but that hurts, like I'm struggling here. And I go to this place to get therapy, not to be stressed out, right? So like it was really bad. And so ultimately I had to break it off with it. It was like a breakup. The therapist was okay. Sometimes I'd have problems with her, actually, but like not a whole lot, so that was okay. It was just the billing and shit. Like that was really bad you know? And so I finally found a new place, and I have health insurance now. This is the first time I've had health insurance in a little over a decade, probably, I think. Maybe about a decade. And so, yeah. Let's see where it goes, you guys. I just started to get, I got it again last week. So, it does take you. I thank you. You know, that I really appreciate that. But it's really going to take me. Like, I have to finish the last step of healing to kind of get better with these thoughts. You know, I'm never going to be rid probably of those thoughts of like negativity about myself. It's just been my whole life to say like I'm not good enough. So that's like above everything. And then there's the trauma of my mom dying, the fallout with my family that happened after that. Then there's like having a big famous YouTube channel that hit 200,000 subscribers and the craziness that comes with that. A lot of people try to tear you down. Not a whole lot of people build you up. So there's a lot of trauma with that. And then to see it fall while I was doing everything right. Like I was doing everything by the books. I wasn't doing clickbait. I was trying to be a good person. I was trying to give money back. You know, everything that I could do. Yet people, you could like try to be the golden child and people are there to tear you down. So everyone loves to kick you while you're down. Not a whole lot of people build you up while you're on the top. Some of them do, okay? So I'm not saying that everybody's just bad, okay? Like I met a lot of great people, all right? Like I would cry talking about the people that I've met. I would take a bullet for a lot of these people, okay? So let's like get that straight, all right? But you cannot deny, especially if you're really sensitive like me, like I really care what people think about me. That sucks ass to be in content creation and to care what people think about you, because there's a lot of people thinking stuff about you. There's a lot of people caring what, and they're just upset in their own life, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, so thank you. Sorry, that was very long-winded. Jojo was saying, you know, shiny. Ted said, if you ever get depressed, watch anime to get a depression from the outside so you won't get depressed from yourself. Works every time. I'm telling you from personal experience of having too many hopes on me. Yeah, I wish I had more time. I need to watch stuff. I don't watch too much anime, though. I should. I'm not opposed to it. But yeah. Ted said, we always want to talk time with Kendo because Sailor Moon said we enjoy talk time with Kendo. Not everybody does, but thank you guys. I appreciate that. Jojo said, does Chansey have an egg in its pouch or something? Yes. The camera is in love with Cynthia. She's doing the Instagram post too, right? You do one arm like this, so you show off some of your curves. You maybe look like you don't weigh as much. It's the trick. It's the trick. Let's see. Ted said, Dr. Kendo, I may not be a professional, but if you want, I'm here. No, we all are here. That's huge. It is. It is huge. Just, again, I know that the kind of, like, final steps of this, or maybe the steps that are probably the most important, unfortunately, like, I need to handle them myself with therapy, you know. But I'm going to need you guys. So it's like, I know that you have a spot, okay? Just, like, please understand that, like, I don't diminish what y'all say. I just know that there's, like, a massive blockade here. There's like a massive wall that I'm trying to tear down here that's making me not believe. It's not even that. I believe you guys. I believe you feel what you say. It's more internalizing it to me. I should feel it, right? So I should believe it. And that's the disconnect. It's because of my like depression, my trauma, my stress, trying to raise a kid, trying to have a job, trying to have 3 YouTube channels. Content creation makes depression. Content creation just like makes insecurity. It is. If you have success, at least I would say, if you have success in content, yeah. So Back to Zero said, ReZero banger anime, my favorite. See, I don't know this one. I need to. Shambler was like, looking at all this art is very relaxing. Then I need to show y'all other art too, so it's not just one piece of art. Maybe that's the stream. That's the rest of the stream today, is just like ASMR, but not, because I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, so, I'm not going to be doing that stuff. Pogi Shorts is up in here. Thank you so much for being here. I know we're kind of ending somewhat soon. I'm just going on some rants about life and stuff, but letting you guys look at art. It's beautiful, ain't it? Trying to get this light to not be so harsh. Maybe that? No. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this thing. Okay. Anyway, start with Back to Zero's recommendation for now. If you finish that, we will introduce you to more. Don't hide Cynthia. You're right. She should always be there, and then we'll put other art, too. So there's Cynthia right there. Gamer, you're right. Jojo Ninja. Shambler was saying, your art and my art. Okay, he meant, yeah, he's in the art. Yeah. I should have known, Shambler. Sorry about that. That's me. Jojo Ninja said, gamer. Pogi said, when's the next Pokemon Go stream for raid invites? Basically this. Anytime you ever want to ask, just know this. It's whatever the Pokemon Go schedule is for raid bosses. So look at their, infographic for the raids for this month, and that's when it is, when the new legendary comes out. We don't do megas. We don't really do other stuff unless it's some kind of event. Like, remember when they did the Hoenn Mega Trio? We do that one. We do the primals, Big stuff. Just big stuff. Not little stuff. Anything else, you guys, before we go? Thank you. Thank you for saying nice things about me, man. It's tough to believe that, we could ever kind of like accomplish some big things, and we did. So now I'm just kind of like coasting. I'm just trying to enjoy the content. I really enjoy the cards, so I'm doing that a lot. The Pokemon Go channel's probably hit its like big wave, and it's like been on a down angle, but it'll have these like massive spikes too, right? So like when Giovanni had Mewtwo, like bam, like huge spike. When we did the Primal raid, like boom, 480 people watching those Primal raids, like that was stressful. It was fun, but like, man. So like by the numbers, it'll have these like huge spikes, and then it'll just be like, and that's fine. That is okay. All right, so nobody needs to be like, oh, that's sad. Oh, that's too bad. Your channel's dead. No, like it has up moments and it has down moments, and it is what it is, I'm happy for the down moments sometimes, and then other times I'm like, damn, it's been down too long. I just wish there was an even flow, but it never is. Back to Zero said, thank you for saying good things about me. Whenever I can. But Ted was saying, Dr. Kendall, let me tell you this. More than anything, you need confidence in yourself. Do what makes you happy. Someone is there like our mother who bonds the family together. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that was a big thing, Ted, is like my mom died in 2013, and it was like the beginning of the year, and it was almost like, yeah, that's a trauma in its own right. Now I don't have my mom, but it was the fallout that happened with my dad and my sister after that was like really traumatic and stuff. My mom was also one of those voices that it was like, for some reason, I would believe when she said it. So she would say something like, you were such a great boy, like a great son. Or she'd say, you were a good man, and like, it actually made me feel something. Like, I could actually feel it. And so then when I lost her, it was like, I think people would tell me that sometimes, they say like, you're a good person or whatever. But there was so much more negativity, and it was so much easier to pay attention to the hardships of life rather than like the beautiful side too, because life has them both. There's so much beautifulness. Like on paper, I think my life could actually be really great. You know what I mean? I just have a lot of like baggage. I have a lot of traumaticness. I have a lot of problems in my head, and I'm just getting older, so it's not like it's easier to deal with physically. But we're not getting any younger. So yeah, losing that voice, that's like definitely something to talk about in therapy. That's going to take kind of a long time. It's also my sister. My sister adds a major like source of trauma. Like basically when I lost my mom, I lost my sister metaphorically. So like I just lost who she was. So yeah, coping. We are here for you. Thank you, Ted. I will always remember that for sure. I'll really remember that. Just forgive me if I don't, lean on you guys as much right now. I just know that I need like the professional therapy and stuff. So like right now I don't lean on other people as much as maybe I should. I don't know. But Jojo was saying Porygon's going to space, I think. Same pro gamer banger song. I'm glad you guys can still hear the music. Yes, that was Minecraft, right? It's the Pig Step Minecraft. And so, yep, looks like I didn't plug in the charger or anything, so the phone's going to run out. We got a charger right here, but yeah, it probably is time to go, man. It's been fun, man. You guys are epic, okay? You guys are too awesome, all right? So, I really do appreciate that. Does anybody need a Discord invite, perhaps? Does anyone need that? I don't know. You guys all in Discord? I think for the most part you guys are here, but maybe I can just put the link in there anyway. Yeah. Anything else? Any other pieces of business? Hey, boo-boo. All right. Got packs on my keyboard so I can't type. There it is, son. Thank you. That was such nice things to say, you guys. Yeah, I'm not forgetting to read them. It's just, okay. Ted said, when she or someone who bonds the family together goes away, the people reveal their true colors, but more than anything, they might be rude as it's their way of coping. Don't worry, as your way of coping, we are here for you. Yeah, man, I agree with you. That's, a good point. Again, it's kind of what I was trying to say about, like, content creation. Is like everyone's going to have an opinion on you. You could be the golden child. You could do nothing wrong, and they're going to find something that they think is wrong or whatever. And for a lot of years, it really did bother me, I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me anymore, but, like, I'm getting better. When you deal with it for over a decade now, you, I guess, start to get used to it or whatever. But I really internalized it, so that was part of it. It's just a lot of traumas meeting all at once. And, like, having a kid is really great, but, like, I'm trying to give so much of myself to my son. And so, in turn, I don't really give anything to myself for the most part. I'm learning, so, I'm getting better. And that's what I'm discovering is, like, maybe by the time I'm, like, 90, I'll be great. I'll have everything figured out. But, like, this is going to take a long time, you guys. Like, this is going to take massive amounts of time. So, yeah. Great polls. I'm going to be honest, Pokemon cards kind of make me, like, happier. It's like an addiction, though. Like, it makes me happy like an addiction does. So I'm going to say it's good, but, like, it certainly comes with maybe a certain danger of, like, spending money and stuff. But that's, whatever. But yeah, Jojo, we're going to do the Lugia raids. Ted said, I can't imagine my life in this state without you. Everyone can agree with me, as if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be who we are now. Thank you for everything. Shit, you're saying, like, massive things, so just thank you. How can I top that? You know what I mean? That's incredible, dude. So, I mean, hey, if I can be there for you, I'm really going to try, all right? I'm really going to try. I just know that I'm on a self-therapy journey too, and so I have a lot to do. My hands are juggling a lot, and so just please know if I don't get back to you immediately, that would be the only reason, but everybody's got stuff going on, y'all. We're here to help each other, so please also lean on the rest of the community too, all right? Because I think we're all here for each other as well, so that's amazing. So lean on each other, take that beauty in, and please go help somebody today, man. It really does feel good to help people. So I say try to help people. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.